And one of the biggest changes with the Nuremberg trials and the Geneva Conventions is the mandate for accountability of people who break these war crimes. But yeah, if you were like me and were shocked when you learned that there was rules to war and, well, a lot of them, you were probably also super shocked when you learned that, according to Geneva Conventions, if you come across enemy soldiers that are surrendering to you or injured, you have to essentially take care of them and treat them as one of your own, which is something I did not know at all. And while I'm curious how much this is actually, well, honored, it is nice to see that there is at least rules in place to take care of your fellow human, even in some of the most hellish and disgusting conditions ever imaginable. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. If you were to ask what constitutes a war crime, the informed answer would be, that depends, specifically on the culture and the time period. But now that I just said that out loud, I feel like that's kind of a Redditor answer to that question. So let me give you the once and for all conclusive list of major war crimes that exist in the modern day. Willful killing of protected persons, torture or inhumane treatment, willfully causing great suffering or serious injury to protected persons, forcing protected persons to fight against their own side, depriving rights to free trial, unlawful deportation or confinement, taking hostages, directly attacking civilians, indiscriminate attacks, using human shields, using starvation as a method of war, any sort of sexual violence, using soldiers under the age of 15, using banned weapons like poison gas, conducting treacherous acts such as pretending to surrender only to ambush an enemy, declaring no mercy and refusing surrender, pillaging or looting, humiliating or degrading treatment of a protected person, including mutilation, environmental warfare, and attacks on peacekeeping or humanitarian missions. And in case you forgot, protected persons basically include civilians, wounded enemies, or prisoners of war, as well as neutral parties and peacekeepers, and others that I'm sure I'm forgetting. But interestingly enough, after looking at different cultures, different eras, and different contexts, it's interesting to see how nearly every treaty or rule or custom we discussed all had the same goal of eliminating unnecessary suffering when possible, almost to assume that war may be inevitable. However, while suffering may be a byproduct, it's a variable that can be minimized and should be if possible, which is kind of a morbid silver lining in this entire situation. But yeah, if you were curious about every war crime, hopefully this video served as a pretty good glimpse into what constitutes a war crime and where war crimes even come from.